You're crying. You're crying again. Your eyes. They are the first thing I notice. I stared into them long enough to see that they were empty. Like stars. Dead ones. You think they're still alive, but it's just a trick. They're really, really far away. So far away that by the time the light takes to travel to where you're standing, they've already died. 1,000,000 years ago. What you see are just ghosts. That's what I saw in his eyes. Ghosts. But I wasn't sure if they were his or mine. You're crying. You're crying again.
Haven't I been good to you?
Yes.
Then why?
I imagined myself swallowing the tears, although they tasted like seawater. I remembered those tears when I once kissed his face, and he told me how happy he was. In a voice so high and soft, it was like a young girl.
I paged you at least 10 times, but you never returned any of them.
I was busy.
Busy with what? With whom?
I can't.
Can't what? What's wrong?
Stop asking me questions. Just stop asking me. I'm tired.
I said I can take care of you. What are you tired of? You, he said. You're making me tired. And the way he said it, as if he's been meaning to say it for a long time, as if it was the truth.
I remember the first time it happened. He was my father's friend. He came over to the house one day and caught me looking out from my room. The next week, he told me to stop calling him uncle. The week after, he picked me up from school in his Mercedes, a small cake in hand. He wished me happy birthday. I invited him. I kept my eyes closed the entire ride. The soft hum of the engine, filling the gap between my thighs. I felt a warmth starting from my chest. It seized me and made me numb, even as the gap grew wider of my own volition. Another warmth, softer, gentler, like a birthday candle. What is this music playing now?
Mahler, you like it?
I don't listen to old people music.
Classical music is not old people music.
Is Mahler still alive?
He died in 1911.
Old people music.
Mahler died, but not his music. Listen.
The sound grew fainter as the warmth grew stronger. It was no longer a candle but a blaze. My ears felt so hot I thought they would melt. Then my face, my chest, my thighs. My eyes were still shut. In my mind, I saw an endless row of street lamps stretching ahead to infinity. Like 1,000,000 birthday candles I could puff out the moment I opened my eyes. When I did, we were in a car park under a tree, and the drip, drip, drip of hot wax. You're crying. You're crying again.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'll drive you home.
No, it's all right.
Most of my friends are already married. They have kids. One of them is going to London next week to see his son graduate. I always eat out. I don't have holiday photographs or crayon drawings. I only have this king-size bed. But you know what's funny? I only have one pillow.
Why didn't you just get married? You waited so long. Or you were hoping. You still are.
I have a lot of money now,
That's nice.
but no one to spend it on. Spending on yourself is not the same as spending on someone else. You know what I mean? At this age, you don't need money. Not anymore. You'll know when you get to my age.
You keep saying that.
It doesn't bother you?
His apartment. Clean, uncluttered, bare. If he wanted to move at any time, he probably could have fit everything in his car. He was right about the bed. He only had one pillow. While the tea was brewing, I let him melt into my arms, his fingers moving around the trunk of my body, like someone clawing at shadows. My shoulder was wet, and so was his face. When I was about to fall asleep, he eased the one pillow under my head. whispering, "I love you." Soft enough so I thought I wouldn't hear it, but loud enough that I did.
I know a lot of your friends are going out with all the young studs, and I know sometimes you don't like being seen with me.
We've gone through this already.
Tell me you won't leave me.
I can't make those kinds of promises. I looked up at the hollows of his eyes. The lights were still glowing, but dimmer for sure, like the embers of a campfire, or a single dying light bulb in a concrete room with bars for windows.
How can you say this to me?
I'm sorry, I'm just tired of Marla and tea and sitting in your car. I'm tired.
I can pay for your driving lessons.
I don't want to drive. I want to start walking on my own.
I always think of you at the office. How lucky I am to have you. I look out at the sky and I'm not afraid because the moon is still there. The night starts smelling like you, and when I have dreams, they are the color of your teeth. You know? When I'm with you, I forget. At my age, the last thing you want is to remember. When I'm with you, I forget that I'm supposed to be 50.
You've forgotten so much there's nothing left to remember.
I knew this would happen one day. I knew it wouldn't last.
Did you see my bottle?
What bottle?
A plastic bottle. I think I left it at your place the last time I was there.
That was a month ago.
Have you seen it?
I can't remember.
Come on, you must have seen it. Your place isn't that big. I'll help you look.
I think it's still on the floor.
You mean you just left it there?
I don't know if it's there. I can't be sure. It must have fallen out of your bag.
And you didn't tell me.
I thought you didn't want it back.
You're wrong to assume. So where's it? You took my bottle without my permission.
You didn't ask for it back.
Doesn't mean I gave you permission to keep it.
Then why ask me now? Why didn't you just come and collect it?
I changed my mind. I thought of letting you have it, but now I want it back.
What are you going to do with it?
Why do you care?
It's already used. It's just a plastic bottle.
So? It's mine. I want it back.
I can get you another one.
I want it back.
No. Please.
Why do you want it so much? It's just a plastic bottle, right?
I know what you want to do with it.
What?
You can't.
You're wrong. I'm not that person. I no longer am.
You've forgotten me?
I'm forgetting everything. I'm putting it all behind me. I'm tired.
Tired of what? How can you be more tired than a 50-year-old man like me?
I told him to take a detour back to his place. I wanted to take back my things. My books, magazines, underwear. I wanted to start all over again. I found my economics assignment which I thought I'd lost, and a fantasy novel I didn't finish. I'd placed it between two of his books, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and How to Make Friends and Influence People. I wondered if he had picked up my book to read it one day, to find out what boys my age were reading. The spine was wrinkled, so I knew he did. I was much more careful with my books. I looked out the window to see if I could recognize the tree I saw the day my life took a turn. But I couldn't. I removed my clothes and sat on his bed, his pillow propped between my thighs. Then I folded my clothes neatly so they wouldn't look so out of place in the well-kept room. I tried not to shiver. He came into the room, my plastic bottle in his hands. His eyes met mine. No more ghosts. But his palms were cold when he placed them on my knees. He told me to promise him that I'll never do that again. I just kept quiet and smiled at him. The smile to show him how tired I was. The same well-worn smile excavated from a time when I was still young. He reached out and took away the pillow. We rolled back, his lips grazing all the places his tears couldn't reach. My hands pushing and pulling at the same time. Half the time my face was buried in his pillow. He called out my name several times, as if it was the only name he knew. That night, And that night only, I let him have the pillow. I didn't say anything. I just held his head on my lap, trying to remember the tune that was at the tip of my tongue. Mahler. It was Mahler. After he fell asleep, I changed my mind and pulled away the pillow from under his head. I started thinking of all the friends I'd lost, and the boys whose favors I'd tried so hard to win back in secondary school. I tried to remember their names, all of them. And for those whose names I'd forgotten, I thought about what I remembered most about them. The one with the flapping shirt, the one with the perfect thighs, the one with the flying shoelaces. I cradled the pillow tightly and pressed my nose into it. I looked at his eyes one last time. They were closed. He had lost something he's never getting back. And I'm still looking for something I hope I'll never lose.